On September 23, 2011, at the Colorado State Capitol building, the Douglas County Youth Initiative hosted the 4th Annual Youth Congress. The Douglas County Youth Congress is an annual event where youth from across the county convene with their elected officials for an opportunity to impact the laws and policies that directly affect them. This is an opportunity unlike any other for the kids of this county to make their voices heard in a way that really makes a difference.
I read a statistic in my Gov textbook that young people are increasingly getting less involved in the political process, which I think is disturbing. We should be getting more involved, and I think Youth Congress is a great way to do it by kind of showing democracy in action.
Youth Congress is really interesting. I got to meet a lot of people I never meet, and I do get a lot more perspectives, and I never thought I'd be able to be talking and being able to ask questions of the DA and how he's dealing with our problems in society right now.
What I hear over and over again is that they really appreciate feeling heard, that they have an opportunity to get kind of serious about these issues and not just as an intellectual exercise, that they are working on actual issues, they're being asked for their actual opinion, and they might have actual effect. That's different. That's not what they do in school necessarily. It's not what they do in other kinds of activities.
To start out, Rudy Baez from Peace Jam kicked off our event with some motivational words and insights from his life experiences and real understanding of how the system interacts with kids.
We have the whole world in our pocket. Martin Luther King didn't even have a fax machine, and look what he was able to do. Now with the technology we got, we can see each other on our phones and call everybody in China, and hey, let's do this. You have a power that no other generation has ever had. The internet, you see countries that are liberating themselves right now. We can see each other now. We can't ignore each other. This is the time for greatness.
In a place where we've had these great opportunities for education, civil rights, freedoms to spend our money at will, this is a time that we can use all of those powers and energies to affect great change in our world.
Next, we broke off into the work groups, which is where the real work takes place. We had 5 different groups, each of which addressed some serious issues that local youth decided they wanted to talk about. The groups had information and experts on each issue for groups to make informed decisions.
I had a huge scenario at the school I was at where our own student government made some poor choices, and then we had one of our students have that moral dilemma. What do? Do I turn these 5 kids in that have been drinking all night, or do I just not let them do anything? And to his credit, he did the right thing. He was worried about their safety.
The groups came together to present their ideas to the elected officials and policymakers.
It would also allow for more discretion because one size and one punishment does not fit everything. You have to take into account the circumstances around the situation that occurred.
This is only the beginning. The work that happens at Youth Congress can go as far as the groups are willing to take it.
You know, what I think is, I think the impact of today will be felt, but where the impact will be made is as these groups continue to meet, as they continue to refine the policies and the things that they started today, and get them to the point, like the last Youth Congress came back with the rules around the curfews and those things, and they're actually trying to get those things adopted on a countywide and even statewide, through a statewide process. And so for these kids to be able to continue to follow through and see that, again, that their ideas are taken seriously and they take the time to present these to the school board and to Douglas County schools and to the local governments to really get everybody's buy-in and maybe even have something that actually becomes adopted. I mean, that would be the ultimate goal.
After Youth Congress today, you'll be given an option to possibly meet with your group later on for more meetings to clearly define what it is you want to do and what it is you want to propose to the partnership of Douglas County governments. Now, depending on what you propose, things can take a long time or things can take a little. The shortest amount of time, of course, will probably be a year or two. But we can say right now that by the end of the year, there will be a new curfew policy enacted in Douglas County.
If you want to finally have your voice heard, then contact the Douglas County Youth Initiative at 303-688-4825, extension 5327, and get signed up.